Aam Aadmi Party. Now, the elections may have been over in the national capital, but politics around the national capital and its neighbouring state is far from over at this given point. Why do we say so? Well, Aam Aadmi Party national convener Arvind Kejriwal is set to meet Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann, state ministers, as well as the party MLAs in the national capital in Delhi today itself. Now, the meeting comes in the wake of Aam Aadmi Party's debacle in the Delhi Assembly elections and the growing speculation about an internal dissent in the party's Punjab unit. However, Aam Aadmi Party downplayed the reports of dissent and termed the meeting a routine strategy session. Sources privy to the development, however, say that the discussions will focus on analysing the Delhi election results and strategizing for the Punjab polls that are scheduled to take place in the year 2027. Meanwhile, speculations are also rife that some MLAs are unhappy with the party's leadership and could be considering other options. Aam Aadmi Party secured a landslide victory in Punjab in the year 2022, winning all 92 of the 117 seats. Now, let's play out some of these responses for you with regards to what exactly has been said so far by the MLAs and the party members on this very meet. And then we will move on to a conversation with our colleague Yash Goyal from the newsroom on this very subject.
अरविंद केजरीवाल अब जो चाहें कर लें। दिल्ली की जनता ने अपना मैंडेट उन्हें सुना दिया है। जो वो इस बार चुनाव लड़ रहे थे और बोल रहे थे कि मैं जेल में से जेल ने मुझे बरी कर दिया है और अब दिल्ली की जनता का निर्णय होगा कि मैं ईमानदार हूं कि बेईमान हूं, तो वो खुद समझ लें। दिल्ली की जनता ने अपना निर्णय अरविंद केजरीवाल के लिए भी सुना दिया है। तो अब वो कट्टर ईमानदार थे या कट्टर बेईमान थे, वो खुद निर्णय कर ले।
जरूर कुछ पक रहा है और श्री अरविंद केजरीवाल को सबक लेना चाहिए। पंजाब दिल्ली नहीं है, पंजाब एक क्रांतिकारी धरती है और आजादी की लड़ाई में सबसे ज्यादा पंजाब के लोगों का योगदान है। उनको आप कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते हैं और उनको पूरी आजादी दीजिए काम करने का, और वरना तो आपका ये भी सुपड़ा साफ हो जाएगा। तो पंजाब के लोगों में स्वाभिमान है और उनको अपने घर पर बुला करके सबको आप लेक्चरिंग करेंगे और ट्यूटरिंग करेंगे। दिल्ली के लोग तो बर्दाश्त कर ला जाते थे, लेकिन पंजाब के एमएलए और भगवंत मान भी शायद ये बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पाएंगे। अंदर अंदर कुछ बात तो है, वरना वो भी सरकार जाएगी।
With that, let me cut across to our colleague Yash Goyal, who's joining us on the broadcast. Yash, at this given point, firstly, a very good morning to you. At this given point, speculations are quite a few with regards to what is happening within the Aam Aadmi Party. After the defeat in the Delhi Assembly elections, we see a meeting that is being held in Delhi where all Punjab MLAs, ministers, in fact the Chief Minister himself has been called. Tell us what exactly so far do we know about this meeting and what do we understand is the focus of this very meeting at this point?
Well, Shreya, very good morning, and I can tell you one thing, that this meeting is perhaps one of the most important when it comes to the Aam Aadmi Party's future in the context of the national politics as well. And why we say that the speculations are rife about rift within the Aam Aadmi Party is so because there are certain leaders from the Congress in Punjab like Pratap Singh Wajwa who have categorically said that many MLAs from the Aam Aadmi Party are in touch with the Congress party, and that is why it seems that Arvind Kejriwal is trying to do a damage control, though the Aam Aadmi Party has maintained that this is a routine strategy meeting which is happening in the national capital. But we have to look at the timing of this very meeting, and also timing is crucial. Plus, the kind of infighting which is being witnessed in the Aam Aadmi Party is also something to look at. In fact, a lot of political commentators and spectators are saying that Aam Aadmi Party wants Arvind Kejriwal to make inroads in Punjab politics and perhaps to take up a position there. These are just speculations which are being going around at this very juncture, but there are certain interesting things to look at also right now. For example, if you talk about Ludhiana, Specifically, there is no MLA there. In fact, the seat is vacant, and perhaps a lot of people are commenting, and in fact, the political experts are suggesting that there is a very high possibility that Arvind Kejriwal could fight elections from Ludhiana, since he has lost elections from the national capital, and then certain equations could be formed within the Punjab unit of the Aam Aadmi Party. But at this given juncture, what we are understanding, around noon is when the meeting will begin of the AAP MLAs and the entire top brass of the Aam Aadmi Party. In fact, Bhagwant Mann has already left from Punjab to reach the national capital.
Right, Yash. Yash, you know, I'm going to take another short response from you on this, and then we'll move on to another story that is also now brewing with regards to the Aam Aadmi Party. My short question on this is the fact that I do not want to jump the guns at this point, but let's also consider whether there is a possibility of leadership change, if we were to speak of that. Because we are telling our viewers at this point that from whatever we have heard from our sources, there seems to be a discontentment brewing within the Aam Aadmi Party with regards to the leadership. So are we looking at a possible change with regards to the leaders within the party?
Shreya, if you'll ask me, the change in the national leadership is highly unlikely because Aam Aadmi Party's main face across, not just in Delhi or in Punjab, but across the country is still Arvind Kejriwal. And in fact, he losing the elections could mean that there could be certain changes when it comes to the electoral positioning of the Aam Aadmi Party, but certainly not. We are not looking somewhat at a leadership change within the Aam Aadmi Party at this given juncture.
Right, Yash. Yash, do stay with us. Let me take our viewers through our next story that is also with regards to the Aam Aadmi Party. On Aam Aadmi Party's claim of 16 MLAs being offered 15 crore rupees and ministerial berth before the counting of votes in Delhi, seems like trouble is now brewing for the Aam Aadmi Party leaders themselves. Now, as per the anti-corruption branch sources, no evidence has been found so far regarding the horse trading allegations made by AAP leaders, and no reply has been filed by Aam Aadmi Party to the notice given by ACB. Sources privy to the development also told News9 that anti-graft body is in fact considering forwarding a complaint on the bribe claims filed by the Delhi BJP against the Aam Aadmi Party leaders, including the national convener Arvind Kejriwal himself, to the local police to take action against the alleged spreading of rumours and misinformation. This is another story that we bring to you with regards to the Aam Aadmi Party, and that too within the national capital, associated with the very Delhi elections that we were discussing earlier. Let's cut across and go back to our colleague Yash Goyal at this point. Yash, you know, another important update coming in from the national capital with regards to Aam Aadmi Party leaders and the allegations that they had, levied against the BJP, that they're trying to trade leaders, or rather poach leaders from their party right before the elections. These are rather serious claims, one has to understand, right on the eve of elections that were coming in, and now it seems to have backfired on them, given that there seems to be no evidence to support the claims that have been made by them.
Absolutely, Shreya. And in fact, this what we are getting from our ACB sources, and they say that no evidence has been found regarding the claims which have been made by the Aam Aadmi Party, and especially by three main leaders, Sanjay Singh, Arvind Kejriwal and Ehlawat. So these three leaders made these allegations. In fact, Ehlawat was the first one to talk about this very issue, posting certain pictures on social media. Then Sanjay Singh came forward and did a press conference on this entire issue. And post that also we saw Arvind Kejriwal also taking this issue and in fact making that issue of the highest priority for the Aam Aadmi Party. And let's go back on that day. That day we saw how ruckus panned out outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence, where he's staying in the national capital, when the ACB teams reached there to serve notice on these very claims. And the sources within the ACB, or the Anti-Corruption Bureau, maintains that no reply has been filed by Arvind Kejriwal on these very claims, which were made just like you mentioned, day before the counting of the votes in the national capital. And perhaps this is now something which could turn into a legal trouble for the Aam Aadmi Party as well, because the sources are indicating to News9 is that the ACB will be forwarding this complaint which was filed by the Bharatiya Janata Party's Delhi unit to the Delhi police, and perhaps Delhi police then now probably will looking at like turning this complaint into an FIR, or probably they can also be taking a legal route so that Aam Aadmi Party could submit evidences in this entire fiasco which panned out that day. And perhaps Aam Aadmi Party leaders had already said that they will be submitting these evidences on time. But as of now, the sources within the ACB tell News9 that no such evidences or no reply of notice has been given by the AAP leaders.
Right, Yash. Yash, you know, at this given point, we have some more stories that are coming in with regards to the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital itself. 2 days after winning the Delhi Assembly elections, the BJP has said that their chief minister will not be occupying the Sheesh Mahal, which is referring to the 6 Flagstaff Road bungalow where Arvind Kejriwal stayed as the chief minister from 2015 till he stepped down in October 2024. Now, newly elected BJP MLA Vijender Gupta has requested the Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena to cancel the merger of 4 properties with this bungalow used as the Chief Minister's residence that was used by the party as a political weapon to target the Aam Aadmi Party Supremo Arvind Kejriwal over corruption issues during the recent assembly polls. Gupta has said that the bungalow was expanded by merging 4 government properties, and he has written to the LG V.K. Saxena for cancelling that very amalgamation of those properties. The reconstructed bungalow was the official residence of Arvind Kejriwal as the Delhi Chief Minister from the year 2015 till October 2024, when he vacated it after resigning from the post under fire from the BJP over corruption charges that we just mentioned about. Now let's go back to our colleague Yash Goel, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. Yash, at this given point, you know, several stories coming in, and doesn't seem like any of them are in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party, especially after their defeat in the, in the elections in the national capital. It seems to be a series of almost a domino effect of sorts, and a series of trouble mounting for them on different aspects and on different fronts at this point. If we speak about Sheesh Mahal in particular, we're given to understand that the BJP doesn't want to continue with this particular residence as the Chief Minister's residence, whoever will be selected from their particular party. And also the 4 properties, the government properties that had been amalgamated within this very Sheesh Mahal, they want that to be cancelled, and they have written to the LG as well on this. Any response from the LG so far on this very matter, and any update on this very story, if we are to understand at this point?
Well, Shreya, we're still awaiting a response from the LG's office on this very issue, but it was actually very clear that the BJP won't be continuing with this very bungalow, because what the Bharatiya Janata Party has said, that the Sheesh Mahal, quote unquote, is a sign of corruption. So it was somewhat given that the BJP will be taking this issue post-elections also. In fact, Vijender Gupta has now written this letter to the Lieutenant Governor of the national capital, asking 2 things. The first, the most important thing here is to demerge the 4 properties, as the BJP says, which were actually amalgamated to make one residence, one huge residence of Arvind Kejriwal at 6 Flag Road in Civil Lines. And perhaps the BJP will be going all guns blazing against the Aam Aadmi Party, and specifically against Arvind Kejriwal on the Sheesh Mahal issue. In fact, the entire political campaigning, and perhaps one of the major chunk of the political campaigning in the national capital from the side of Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress, was lamenting on the fact that how Sheesh Mahal in the national capital has become a sign of corruption. So it was given that the Bharatiya Janata Party, if they come to power, and now they are also confirming that Sheesh Mahal won't be an official residence of their chief minister, and perhaps they will be exposing left, right and center what transpired there inside Sheesh Mahal. In fact, we have been hearing a lot of stories about Sheesh Mahal, how it's a luxurious place, a luxurious palace, quote unquote, which has been built by the Aam Aadmi Party for their leader Arvind Kejriwal, and this is also going to be a big headache for the Aam Aadmi Party going ahead.